There was a time when country guitar didn't just accompany the song, it defined it. This video is for the pickers behind the legends, the string benders who rewrote the rules, then quietly faded into the liner notes. Folks like Don Rich, who gave Buck Owens his Bakersfield bite, and Hank Garland, whose brilliance burned bright before life took a tragic turn. These players were not just musicians, they were the backbone of the sound. Let's bring them back into the spotlight. These are 10 country guitarists who changed the game, but nobody talks about them anymore. Number 10. Hank Garland. Before Brad Paisley and Vince Gill dazzled with speed and soul, there was Hank Garland. He was the original country virtuoso who blended jazz and country with breathtaking ease. Signed to Columbia Records, Garland played on hits like Elvis Presley's Little Sister and Patsy Cline's I Fall to Pieces. His touch was both lightning fast and heartbreakingly smooth. In 1961, a near-fatal car crash left him with brain trauma and ended his career far too early. Some say Nashville lost its greatest guitar mind that day. His influence lives on every time a Telecaster bends a note toward jazz or blues. Picture a roadside diner jukebox spinning his solo as rain gently taps on the windows. Though his time on stage was short, Hank Garland left a lasting blueprint for every guitarist who ever tried to color outside the lines. From a fiery innovator, we turn now to a behind-the-scenes craftsman whose work you've heard more times than you know. Number 9. Wayne Moss.
Is, of course, again, another very, very special award.
You may not know his name, but you've definitely heard his guitar. Wayne Moss played on everything from Roy Orbison's Oh Pretty Woman to Bob Dylan's Nashville Sessions. He was a founding member of Area Code 615, the supergroup of Nashville session players who pushed country music into new sonic territory.
We would not be here, the building would not be here. He has done probably more.
Moss's playing was rich and warm, with a rhythm that never wavered. He didn't demand attention. He simply delivered the goods every single time. He also owned Cinderella Sound, one of Nashville's earliest artist-run studios. That spirit of independence helped foster a new generation of music creators. Imagine him late at night in that studio.
Someone that was mentioned a little bit earlier on, and he
quietly laying down a solo that would help shape a hit, his tone glowing like a porch light in the dark. Wayne Moss may not have sought fame, but his presence is etched into the DNA of country music. Let's now shift to another underappreciated pillar of the Nashville sound. Number 8. Pete Wade.
You can stop it, you can't top it. Toss it like a frisbee. Let the kids see you wanna quiz me. Go ahead.
Pete Wade's name might not ring a bell, but his playing shaped the golden age of country radio. As a key member of Nashville's A-Team, he recorded with George Jones, Charlie Rich, and Loretta Lynn. His guitar work was tasteful, heartfelt, and always perfectly placed. He never needed to show off.
I can guess it's the Pete Wade Show. You don't scare me. It's the Pete Wade Show. Pay attention to me.
He let his phrasing speak for itself. Wade's secret weapon was subtlety, a quiet bend, a gentle fill. He could add more emotion with 5 notes than others could with 50. Picture him sitting in a studio, headphones on, eyes closed, weaving a solo that lifts a chorus skyward. His style didn't shout, it whispered directly to the soul.
We get the shows that make them holler, holler. People laughing their heads off. It's a Pete Wade Show.
Wade preferred staying in the shadows, but the records he helped make still shine today. If Pete Wade brought the soul, the next guitarist brought the smooth, melodic fire. Number 7. Reggie Young.
When she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live.
Reggie Young was a master of space and tone. A Memphis native who moved to Nashville, he played on everything from Waylon Jennings' Luckenbach, Texas, to the soulful classic Drift Away. That beautiful solo on Drift Away, that was Reggie.
Come about in that Dusty in Memphis album, man, what a great album. And it still sounds good.
His strength wasn't flash, it was feel. He always played just enough, never too much. Young was part of both the American Sound Studio and Muscle Shoals rhythm sections. His versatility allowed him to float between country, soul, and pop with elegance. Imagine him in a smoky studio, ES 335 in hand, fingers gliding over the fretboard like a breeze across the cotton fields.
The box tops.
He may not have sought the spotlight, but his sound filled radios across decades. His understated style became a model for session players everywhere. Now, from smooth soulfulness, we slide into the haunting textures of a true master of atmosphere. Number 6, Jerry Kennedy.
Jazz master, and I believe it was...
Jerry Kennedy might be one of the most important country guitarists you've never heard of. A slide guitar magician and a major producer, Kennedy played a vital role in Mercury Records' rise. He worked with Roger Miller, Tom T. Hall, and Jerry Lee Lewis, among others.
He was also a top session player here in Nashville, and
his slide guitar added a honeyed warmth or a sharp edge, depending on what the song needed. His career wasn't just about playing. As a producer, he shaped the direction of entire albums, but he never put down the guitar. Picture him during a sunrise session, coffee in hand, his fingers coaxing a cry from the strings that sounds more human than instrument. Jerry Kennedy gave country music a different kind of soul, a quiet, emotional depth that still resonates.
And I get that comment quite often, and it was more than likely.
Let's head now to a guitarist who brought chicken picking to the next level with British precision. If these forgotten legends are bringing back memories or teaching you something new, go ahead and give that like button a little love and hit subscribe while you're at it. We post country countdowns every week, honoring the players who built the soundtrack of our lives. Number 5, Ray Flack. Ray Flack wasn't born in Texas or Tennessee. He was from Wales, but when he hit Nashville, he changed the game. Known for his blistering work with Ricky Skaggs, Flack brought chicken picking into the modern era. His right-hand technique was fast, clean, and deadly accurate. His tone was sharp, but never harsh. His rhythm playing was so locked in, it could have run a metronome out of business. Flacky proved that country guitar had room for global voices and sharp innovation. He was both a craftsman and a technician. Picture him on stage in the 1980s, Telecaster in hand, boots tapping, as he burns through a solo that leaves jaws on the floor. Ray Flack wasn't just a novelty, he was a revolutionary, and his licks still echo in today's country guitar work. From modern fire, we move to a player whose twang defined an entire regional movement. Number 4, Don Rich. Don Rich was more than Buck Owens' lead guitarist. He was the defining sound of the Bakersfield movement. With his Telecaster snap and high harmonies, Don made songs like Tiger by the Tail and Act Naturally leap out of the speakers.
Well, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, I'll be on my...
He gave country a rock-inspired jolt at a time when Nashville was leaning soft. Rich was always smiling on stage, eyes twinkling, hands flying across the frets. His joy was infectious. Tragically, He died in a motorcycle crash in 1974 at just 32 years old. Buck Owens said he never truly recovered from the loss. Imagine a California dance hall lit by neon with Don front and center, sending riffs into the crowd like sparks from a fire.
I'm afraid of wedding bells and ration things.
He wasn't just a sidekick. He was a secret star whose sound still inspires Telecaster players today. Now let's visit the hands behind some of country's most cinematic recordings. Number 3. Grady Martin. Grady Martin was the definition of a session legend. He played on hundreds of hits, including Marty Robbins' El Paso and Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner's Daughter. In 1961, his guitar malfunctioned during Marty Robbins' Don't Worry, creating a fuzzy tone no one had heard before. That accident gave birth to the fuzz sound later used in rock. Martin was a chameleon. He adapted to every singer, every song, always adding exactly the right emotion. Picture him mid-session, cracking a quiet joke before laying down a solo so perfect that the room goes silent in awe. Grady Martin didn't demand credit. He just delivered brilliance time and again. Next up, the man who defined Johnny Cash's train-like sound with 3 simple notes. Number 2, Luther Perkins. Luther Perkins was not flashy. He didn't play fast. But when he picked up a guitar behind Johnny Cash, he created one of the most recognizable sounds in music history. That boom-chicka-boom rhythm became the backbone of Cash's songs. From Folsom Prison Blues to Ring of Fire, Luther's hypnotic style drove the train. Critics sometimes dismissed him for being too simple, but that simplicity became genius. It gave Cash space and power. He stood still on stage, rarely smiling. But the moment he hit those strings, you couldn't look away. Perkins died tragically in a house fire in 1968. His career was cut short, but his legacy was already immortal. Picture him in a prison gym, Cash up front, and Luther in the shadows, steady as a ticking clock. That sound is still riding the rails today. Let's now finish with the fastest fingers in country history. Number 1, Jimmy Bryant. Before shredding was even a word, Jimmy Bryant was bending strings at warp speed. In the 1950s, he rewrote the book on what a Telecaster could do. With steel guitarist Speedy West, Bryant released instrumental tracks that were dizzying in both speed and complexity. He made country music swing, sizzle, and soar. Bryant didn't just play fast, he played smart. His note choices were jazzy and bold, and his technique was unmatched. But he didn't fit the mold. He didn't sing. He didn't pose. He simply played, and that made him hard to market. Imagine him in a smoky bar, head down, fingers flying so fast it looks like a blur, while stunned fans can't believe what they're hearing. Every hotshot Teely player since owes something to Jimmy Bryant. He was the spark plug behind a revolution. If you enjoyed this trip down the lost highways of country guitar, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more forgotten legends, classic countdowns, and deep dives coming every week. These guitarists may not be on magazine covers anymore, but their sounds still echo through every Telecaster twang and every pedal steel cry. They gave country music its edge, its groove, and its soul, all while standing just outside the spotlight. Thanks for watching and keeping their stories alive. And don't miss our next video, 10 old country singers who really should retire right now. You'll discover records that deserve a spot in every true fan's collection. Until then, keep your amp warm and your memories warmer.